Hey everybody, welcome to Vegans Talking Shit. I'm Joey.
I'm John.
I'm Vanessa.
And today's topic, self-destruction. It really ain't the rap audience that's bugging.
Jesus.
Oh, man.
I'm a dope
Cut
rapper.
that. Cut.
I'm making a fool of myself, so the last thing I should do is cut it. Okay, so today's topic in actuality is vegan movies and documentaries. I don't know if vegan movies is accurate because I don't think there are like vegan narrative movies that are straight up vegan, but they have like an animal lover message like Marley and Me or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 or Okja. What's the pronunciation? Okja?
I think it's Okja.
Okja?
What about Haiku? Is that
Haiku?
the one we saw? Haiku?
What's haiku?
What is haiku?
With Richard Gere?
Oh, that
was that
horrible
called?
movie.
Rachi.
Hachi.
Hachi.
Haiku.
Yeah.
Do you know what a haiku is?
It's something in Japanese, right? Like
It's
a poem?
5 syllables, 7 syllables, then 5 syllables again. So it would be like, my friend is named John. John likes to go to the store. John is a good egg. That's a haiku.
Nice.
You know, I try. I put forth maximum effort. Sort of like when I write these descriptions, these podcast descriptions, I go out of my way to make them, engaging and interesting, only to find out that nobody reads that shit. My own niece, who is a dedicated fan of this podcast, she told me she doesn't read that shit. Nobody does.
Nope.
So when you say that we should use ChatGPT, maybe we should, because no one reads it anyway. Why the hell am I spending hours writing that shit?
Just use the ChatGPT for the title and it's going to be good enough.
I don't know. I hate ChatGPT. I feel like it's cheating. And
It's not cheating. It's using technology for the better.
Is ChatGPT vegan?
ChatGPT. Is ChatGPT vegan? No. I forgot the reason, but there's something having to do with how much energy is put out in order to make ChatGPT work, that somehow it messes up the environment.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Google that one, kids.
Well, we could go deep on that. Energy produce so much stuff that you consume every single day and everybody uses. So, moving forward, everybody drives, uses a car, and fly with airplanes and blah, 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 blah.
Well, my next car is going to be an electric car.
And drink is Coke that use a lot
Coke
of
Zero.
energy,
Coke Zero must specify Coke Zero.
It's complicated.
It is complicated. No one can be 100% vegan.
No.
I have a feeling that this MacBook Pro that I'm currently using is
It's
all
not
kinds
vegan.
of unethical, whether it be the Chinese labor children who created it, like all Apple products. And
Yes.
Well, I'm looking out the window right now. I'm looking at all the buildings that were built, and all of them. There's a lot of insects and animals probably killed building these buildings.
we had an episode recently where we talked about how we don't give a shit about insects.
I don't think it was just insects, though. It was also
No, who didn't give a shit about the insects? I do. I take care of them.
Well, I don't know about that. You will kill a roach because John won't, because he's scared, not because he's vegan.
Well, but I say that I do not really kill if I cannot.
Oh,
You know, only if they are like on top of my bed. Yes.
That's
But
gross.
if I can put out, like I just do the put out. Like
What if you have a
don't want-
mosquito sucking your blood right now? What would you do?
Oh, that would be different.
Yeah, then
if
you
it
killed
was,
it.
I would hit my arm and kill. Yeah. But I do not like go after like I'm going to kill you. Blah, 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 blah. No.
Yeah, I'm a roach assassin.
That's okay. We understand that.
the movie we saw was like giant roaches.
Which movie? Joe's
No.
Apartment?
Mickey 17. They were kind of like giant roaches. They called them roaches.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
I didn't see that movie.
They look like a cute,
They're not cute.
weirdo elephants.
Yeah, with a
Baby
lot of
elephants,
legs.
big
kind
elephant.
of
It
baby
was
roaches.
very cute.
That
Wow,
sounds
you think
horrifying.
everything's cute.
Well, let's start from the beginning. So let's start talking about the documentaries.
There's this, well, no, whatever.
This is a
Movies,
movie.
documentaries,
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay, so we're going to cover movies and documentaries.
So that's what our topic is going to be today, boys and girls. Vegan documentaries, vegan movies. And me and Vanessa just saw Mickey 17, which was a movie with a lot of vegan undertones.
And you actually know the director of that one.
Yeah, bong, bong, smoking bong or something.
What?
Oh, please don't get mad at me, Korean people. I think his name is Bong Hoon-so.
Bong Joon-ho.
Bong Joon-ho.
Yeah.
Great name, actually.
I mean,
Bong
that's a
Joon-ho.
great name.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a diver in the Olympics. I think it was like the 2012 Olympics. His name was Steele Johnson. Like if your name
That's a porn name for sure.
I know it sounds like a porno name, but that dude is a diver, an Olympic diver.
Yeah.
If you Google Steele Johnson, God only knows what will come up.
He was in the Olympics?
Yeah, he was in the
So
Olympics.
as soon as they said his name, people were looking at his Johnson. Like if you're watching a diving competition, you're probably not looking at that first, but they say Steele Johnson and they just look down.
I think you're probably right.
Jesus
The dude's
Christ,
name
you're
is
going
Steele
down there
Johnson.
again.
Well, Steele
We're talking
Johnson,
about penises again. How
All
does this
the
happen?
time. All the time, guys. I don't know.
Steele Johnson is,
Steele Johnson.
Well, back to what were we talking about? Vegan.
Boon.
Bong.
Wait, Jesus.
His name is Bong.
Bong Joon-ho.
How many people out there, how many potheads out there, when they saw his name, started smoking
Let me
bongs?
verify that it's actually Bong.
It is
Joon-ho.
it's BONG.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
bong. Do you know what a bong is, Vanessa?
No.
Really?
No.
Those big pipes that people smoke weed out of.
Marijuana.
You know, like the big ones.
Well, I'm not
When they go,
maconheira. I don't smoke marijuana.
What the hell?
I want
John's a
to hear
weeder.
your mom listen this right now.
I don't
And call-
smoke. I don't
and
smoke. I
calling
don't
you
drink.
and,
That was many years ago.
It's screaming on
10 plus years ago.
And
Not
call-
10 yet. Almost 10 years.
Call
I
this
haven't drank or
conversation
smoked.
is stupid.
Caffeine is probably the most addictive. drug.
Nicotine. You
Oh,
did.
nicotine.
Yeah, nicotine too. But caffeine might be worst.
You ever do Adderall?
No.
You never did Xanax, right?
No. Jesus, Xanax is like a drug to help people, not like a drug for people drink and have fun.
Well, some people use, no, a lot of people use Xanax recreationally.
Oh, gosh.
Recreationally.
Yeah.
Jeez, that's a hard word.
Yeah, go get it recreationally.
Beer is a great word.
Oh, is marijuana vegan?
It's a plant, so I don't see why not.
Well, ethanol is supposed to be a plant, but it's not vegan because when they collect, they kill animals in the process.
Which animals?
Well, have you seen the sugar plant?
The sugar cane?
Sugar cane. When they collect that, has many animals that live in that environment. Have you seen them? How they are? They are like high.
Yeah.
So they go with machines. So there is snakes, there is little rabbits, there is everything like living there. And the machine is when it goes through, kill whatever.
Didn't you just kill a bunch of ants when you ate your garden yesterday?
No, we didn't kill. We just removed them for another place.
Yeah, but you took them out of their habitat. So now the
They
ants...
they were in the root of the tree. So we just moved from our garden to another location.
But their life was your garden.
No, their life was their root.
But you moved them like 10 feet. For them, that's like 100 miles. They don't know where they are anymore. They're lost. Like Brad was
No,
saying.
they are inside their roots.
You sure you were being vegan yesterday?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay. I'm just
Still
testing you.
Liquid metal.
I don't know what the hell Joey's talking about.
Oh my God. Let's keep in the subject.
I'm a dope rapper.
No, you're not.
Okay. Hey, we're talking about vegan documentaries and movies, right?
We saw the most recent movie. One of the most recent movies out there called Mickey 17. I thought it was really good.
Starring Robert Pattinson,
Robert Pattinson from...
Batman.
most notably probably from Twilight. Oh. That's where he became famous.
It's amazing, Twilight. What
Are
you're
you
talking
serious?
about? Of course it is.
How dare you? That's one of the most disgraceful movies ever made, based on one of the most disgraceful books featuring one of the weakest female characters in literary history. She's no Katniss Everdeen. Katniss Everdeen is a badass. Bella Swan is a weak, just...
Did you watch them all?
No.
Oh.
Oh, what
the
are
I read the
you
first
know,
book, though.
That is that thing like, oh, I'd like to go vegan, but I can't. You never tried. You never watched the
I
movies.
read the book.
Oh, you didn't even watch any of the movies?
No, once I read the book, I knew it was going to be shit.
Which book did you?
The first one, Twilight.
Did you read the other ones?
I tried to read the second, but I realized that it was even worse than the first. So I was like, why am I doing this? And I stopped. Also, you guys know how I feel about love triangles. I hate love triangles. They're the laziest trope in any kind of media. And the whole series is about a love
All right,
triangle.
we're not.
Well,
Hold on.
it's not exactly like that.
Before we get off topic, let's start on the topic at least, which is vegan movies.
Have we done that yet?
No, we started to talk about it. Mickey 17. It had vegan.
Robert Pattinson.
Then we said
The
brought up
Twilight.
Robert Pattinson.
He was a
and
good
went off.
Batman. I mean, I thought he was a really good Batman.
So Mickey 17 was about. It was
Better
in the
than
future. I think it was based in
future.
like 2054, and they were colonizing another planet.
Yeah, we cannot, I think, give too much.
Why?
Uh,
We won't.
'cause
Spoilers?
It's new, yeah. It's spoilers.
So there's just a lot of vegan overtones or undertones to it. Actually, what is the difference between overtones and undertones?
Undertones, they're subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Overtones is there's nothing subtle about it.
So there's a lot of subtle stuff. The animals on the planet were what?
cute.
But what was the vegan undertones about it?
So they, like we do, we know. We here in this table know, but like humans do with nice animals, like the cows, for example, they're nice with us, they don't attack us. So, and what you do with them? We try to kill them and make
And
them
eat them.
resource of food instead, like an animal with feelings. So that's the message basically on the movie too. So it's not just about this. There is other message from the day we are living right now, like politicus.
Well, no, but back to the vegan stuff.
Oh,
They
just-
kept on like eating meat and like it's all about the sauce and the meat. The
Yeah.
bad characters like were really kind of they were just heavy carnivores,
Yeah,
and
and didn't care about lives.
it was an interesting movie.
Yeah.
We didn't really do a good job of describing it. I wish Joey saw it.
I don't know. Like when it comes to movies that have a lot of surprises and potential spoilers, I usually do a pretty bad job explaining it because if you can't really explain it without spoilers, then I don't know. Just based on what I saw in the trailer, it's one of those movies where you can't really describe it unless you divulge spoilers.
Well, the same director is the guy that did Parasite, and he also did Okja, and Okja is a very vegan undertone movie, maybe the most ever made. I don't know, which Joey did see, and Joey could probably describe the undertones better.
I would say it has a strong, pro-animal message. I don't know about vegan. It's tough to make a movie that is truly vegan because if you hammer people over their heads with any kind of a message that is somewhat controversial or perceived to be controversial, people kind of reject it. Although it does seem that, based on the social media feedback the movie has gotten, most people were receptive to the message.
Which one?
Okja.
Oh,
Okja.
yeah.
Okja. Yeah, I think that it's easier to get across an overall message about loving animals and, hey, let's not be cruel to animals. But when you really get into the nuance of veganism, that's where people are like, nah, no, I don't want to
Well,
hear it.
and he doesn't do that. That director,
Right,
he makes
yeah.
it very. You really got to read into it, and you really got to
Undertones.
question like, is he vegan? Is there a vegan message here?
Based on what I read about him, Bong Joon-ho, he is not vegan, but maybe he tried it. Like, I think he said something about he went vegan after he visited a slaughterhouse, but it was only temporary, and now he's trying to be pescatarian. I'm not sure where he is now as far as whether or not he's vegan or pescatarian, but it's clear he does love animals, and he was horrified by what he saw at the slaughterhouse. But whether that's actually had any permanent change to his eating habits, I don't know.
And I actually don't care because he's definitely changed people by making that movie. I mean, I literally just read something on Reddit. Someone just said, I became vegan after watching Okja.
Yeah. And
And
I
he-
think sometimes
yeah.
there are movies or documentaries that do that to people, just as it did with you. The Game Changers
Yep.
had you go vegan.
Completely. Like when I watch Game Changers, it stopped me in my tracks. And I'm like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And I tried to become vegan right away, but then realized that was vegetarian for a while,
Yeah.
but then eventually me and my wife became vegan. What documentary had the most effect on you ever, Vanessa, or movie?
Oh, Conspiracy. Conspiracy, I think, was the most. Well, some of them I couldn't finish. The one that you recommend to us?
Earthlings?
Yeah, I couldn't finish. I just watched a little bit. I never watched anymore. Actually, it took a long time for we watch it. Any movie about like a real animal
The
abuse.
Slaughterhouse.
Yeah. We didn't watch in the beginning.
I would tell people who are thinking about being a vegan, want to just learn about it, whatever, curious. Watch something on the Slaughterhouse, but you don't have to do it too many times. Like me and Vanessa, and I don't know if Joey needs to do it again, but once you watch it once or twice, you really realize what happens, and it has such a profound effect on you, at least for me, that it's always there with me. I never need to watch it again because it's so gross. It's so horrifying.
Are you talking about Earthlings or
I'm talking about any type of slaughterhouse videos that are in a lot of documentaries, right?
Yeah.
And even some movies. I don't need to ever watch again. But if you're curious about becoming a vegan, you should see what's out there.
The last one we watched was basically more for support Joy Carbstrong.
Yeah.
Because he did the
Here we
Pignorant.
go. Joey
Pignorant,
Carbstrong again.
Yeah. We love him.
I know.
So, and we just watch it basically to kind of like support because we don't need to watch anymore. But it's something that really disturbs me, make me sad. It makes me sad to know that many people watch and still don't care about it.
Joey Carbstrong is a vegan influencer who we've mentioned a few times. He's
Probably people
probably my
that
favorite.
Way too
influencer.
confrontational.
No, he's not that
He's
bad.
not.
He's just very smart. Joey hasn't watched him enough. Actually, he's quite like you, Joey.
How is he like me when he
Because he's
like
a bright person.
he rushes people and he's like, "Why don't you go vegan? I'll kick your ass." If
No, he doesn't
No, he
do
doesn't.
that.
I
He
know,
doesn't
I'm
do
just
that.
kidding. But
He's-
I just don't like the confrontational thing.
He asks people questions.
Actually, he doesn't go ask anybody.
They
People
ask him.
goes to him.
Yeah.
He just makes some activism, like with signs. Come to debate with me if you want. Like he doesn't go to people.
I don't know
People
what video
come
you
to him.
showed me, John, but there was a video you showed me of him where I was just extremely turned off by how confrontational he was, because that doesn't work on me. That just pisses me off.
Most people start with him, though. He usually has a table set up in a public place. It's usually in England, and it says "debate me," or he is selling fake dog food. Fake dog meat.
Oh, okay.
And they come up and they're horrified, like, "Oh my God, you're selling dog meat?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's great. You should get it. It's lean, protein rich."
Is a range free? What is it?
Range-free dogs.
Dogs. They have love. People give love to them and blah blah blah. People get so
freak
mad.
out.
Some people. There's some people that go aggressive on him.
So they go aggressive,
Really?
and then he starts to be like, "Well, you eat chicken, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, what's the difference?" And then, he usually reveals that it's not really dog food and he's making a point.
Yeah.
Or dog meat. And his points are, I don't know, for me, they really drove.
No, he's
Home
he's really good. He's really
He's
good.
a very good
Yeah.
debater.
And many people, he probably turned so many people vegan because
I think so.
he's not really confrontational like that. He doesn't go after people.
Then you
yelling
showed me the
people,
wrong video, John.
Maybe.
Well, he gets heated with them, but it's usually them that start, right? Because he usually, again, it's a public place, and they always have to come up to him. And they say, "Oh, what is this about?" And he's like, "Oh, this is my, I'm promoting my movie, Pignorance." And then they're watching video of a slaughterhouse. And then he
Pignorance.
starts asking them about,
Yeah.
poor pigs. Then he starts asking them about their habits and, blah, blah, blah.
It's really hard to be ignorant too. It's horrible.
I still think that Earthlings is the documentary just because it is so brutal and it is so hard to watch. And I'll never forget I mean, this was before my current dog, Khaleesi. I had Zoe. And I remember watching Earthlings. I was sitting on the floor holding my dog from start to finish. It wasn't just that they showed this horrific footage. It was, you realize that human beings are capable of such incredible cruelty, and the rest of the world kind of is more than willing to turn a blind eye to it. They're just like, well, this is what happens to get food on my plate, so whatever. At least I'm eating this yummy steak, you know?
It's not
depressing.
even turning a blind eye. It's they don't even think of it. We talk
Well,
about
they
this
don't
all
want
the
to,
time.
though, and that's what's key. They
Yeah.
don't want to.
It's so far past their brain. It's not an animal. It's food.
But dude, before I was vegan, I was one of them.
We
I
were too.
I mean, of course, I would eat a burger knowing what was going on, and I would eat chicken, and I would eat pizza knowing that the cheese, they got that cheese through a horrible, basically what's like machinery. They treat cows like machines.
Yeah, you thought about that?
I did.
When you were 16 years old, you thought about
Absolutely.
when
Oh,
you
you
ate a piece of
did.
pizza?
I did, but I just put it in the back of my mind. I
didn't.
compartmentalize, and I would just keep eating. And of course, I would see things every now and then that would sort of make me pause, like,
So you didn't really think about it, though. You said you put it in the back of your mind. You
compartmentalize.
exactly, and every once in a while it would come up. But you'd have a good time going out with your friends, eating burgers, eating pizza.
Sure.
Yeah, and
But
we all did.
Then I used to live pretty close to Miami Lakes. And I remember there were a lot of cow pastures in Miami Lakes. And my dad and my grandmother, separately, they would take me. There was nothing there, just cow pastures. And I would go visit. I would pet the cows. I would just love the cows. And oh my God, cows are so cool. They're adorable. And I would literally, as a child, have my hand over the fence, and these cows would approach me, and I would pet the cows. And then that same day, I would be eating a burger.
So what? It wasn't your fault.
No. I know. I'm just saying that even though I had this adoration of cows, I was able to compartmentalize and eat that burger and not think about the cow.
It's not really that.
Even though I knew that I was eating a cow.
You would have literally starved to death.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You literally would have starved to death, especially back then, 20 years ago, 30 years, 40 years ago. So
40 is right.
And like we told the story on a previous episode that we went out to lunch in a heavily populated area, Delray Beach, Florida. There was one restaurant that we found with a vegan option. There are 50 restaurants on that block. It is not easy to go vegan. So many people just don't know it's possible. It's just like, it's food. It is what it is. That they don't think it's a cow. It's just food. Everyone eats it. That's what we do. That's what Americans do. That's what people in the world do. That's it. They don't take that next step and think about the factory farming and all that. So,
Well, but right now, even though if they don't go watch the movie, many people share little here and there, like a slaughterhouse footage or whatever, all the time in their social media. So even though someone doesn't really go there, watch the entire documentary, any of my friends, for example, have watched something about if they look my Instagram.
except the ones that muted you.
Probably many of them.
Yeah, me too.
But at some point, probably they saw, and after they muted me.
They muted me because you shared it on my profile.
I don't share the slaughterhouse or animal suffering in their profile, but I do in mine, and I do not stop because I think I have to plant a seed. People has to see. Like, I never knew that was all that is suffering. In my mind, it was like, oh, it's pretty quick. They don't see, they don't feel, and they see, they feel, and they try, avoid, be killed. So that's something that right now people cannot know. No, right now people cannot say that they don't know. Oh, I don't know how it happened. Okay, you know. Now you know.
But it's still such the minority.
It is. And
It's
I don't
crazy.
think that it's an easy change. Like I remember 10 years ago, my father and stepmother, I had them watch Earthlings and they found it to be brutal and awful. And they went through the emotional stuff that I had gone through watching it, especially when it came to the dog. I know you know what I'm talking about when I say the dog, because when you talk about the dog in that movie, everyone knows exactly what you're talking about because it's so heartbreaking.
We stop it there.
Yeah, you have to because it's the least violent moment in the movie, yet it's just gut wrenching to watch. But
Joaquin Phoenix did Earthlings?
he narrated it, yeah.
Got it.
So I had my father and stepmother watch it, and they started to eat less meat.
Well, that's something, right?
That
there.
is something. And even to this day, I mean, it's been 10 years, they do eat less meat. And, you know, they're not vegan. I mean, they're older people. So when you get set in your ways, you know, it's very difficult to change. But they do like vegan food. When I go to visit, they make vegan food for me and they have some of it. My father has straight up said that if there is vegan food that to him tastes just as good as better than the non-vegan version, he'll have the vegan version. In fact, for breakfast just about every damn day, he has vegan sausage. This guy, he used to have straight
Salamis.
That's why it's not people's fault. It's the world's. It's the big government and companies' fault. If they pushed, you know, a lot more vegan options, people would eat more vegan.
Well, even
That's all it is.
Greenpeace knows. And what documentary was it? What was the documentary?
Seaspiracy?
Not Seaspiracy.
It's Cowspiracy.
It might be
probably.
Cowspiracy.
Yeah, they talk about Greenpeace.
where
That's where he's going to the door, like knocking on Greenpeace's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they straight up said, the Greenpeace CEO straight up said that even though the number one way to fix the environment is to eliminate the animal agriculture industry, they don't tackle that because they know it's not a message that will resonate with people. They'll talk about electric cars. They'll talk about, you know, fly less, recycle, this and that. But the head of Greenpeace says that the environment could be saved if people stop eating meat, but they're not going to send that message.
And that's because if they save the whales or save the dolphins, it's kind of like the cuter thing, and he thinks that'll get the message.
Oh,
over.
yeah, like dolphin-friendly tuna. The tuna.
They receive money. They receive money. They show that the documentary that Greenpeace has some of these big companies, meat companies, give up money for them.
Yeah.
So they receive
So
money.
Greenpeace is not vegan,
Of course not.
No.
but they're saving.
That's why I don't follow them anymore.
They're saving animals that they want to save, basically.
They
right?
basically it's
Not
more
even.
about gas. It's more about stop gas.
Stop gas. What do you mean?
Like petroleum.
Buy electric cars.
Yeah, don't drill here to get.
But they'll never
gas.
say go vegan,
They
even
never
though
say.
that will actually fix the issues that they claim to be fighting.
PETA says go vegan.
Oh, of course, but they're
PETA
that's-
is
yeah.
PETA.
And quite honestly, PETA does a lot to, you know, piss people off anyway. Like, I like a lot of what PETA does, but as someone who does not agree with confrontational activism, I think they go too far sometimes.
I don't. I like it. I like their page. They
Yeah, I agree.
it's funny.
As a
actually.
resource, they're invaluable, but I don't like their activism.
Have you seen I think it's called Elwood Organic Dog Meat. Have you seen that?
Is it a video where people are trying to go around?
It's not just a video. It's a Facebook page and a website. And everyone check it out. It's called Elwood Organic. I'll look up the exact, but I think it's called Elwood Dog Meat or Organic Dog Meat. And they have a big Facebook page, a website, and basically they sell dog meat, but it's all fake. Okay. But they put out posts all the time. And you get carnivores on there like saying, oh my God, I can't believe you guys are selling dog meat.
Oh, so they think it's real.
Oh yeah, everyone thinks it's real.
That's funny.
And then you get other vegans on there like trolling them, like me, right? Like trolling the meat eaters, and it's pretty funny. They do a really good job of messing with meat eaters' heads.
That's for sure. So they They go in many different ways. So everybody has a way that affect you anymore, and you receive the message better. Some people receive message with love. Some people receive message with a punch in the face, and it is what it is. They do what they can, and actually, Peta did a lot.
And some are health, like me, because my brain was so far. Because I was looking at these animals as food. I wasn't looking at them as animals because I was eating them every single day for 40 plus years, right? So when I saw Game Changers, the health part of it hit, and that's what stopped me. That's what got me to become vegan, and then I opened up my brain to be like, oh my God, look what they're doing. You know, so all these animals, look at all the killing that's taking place.
And we watched our first documentary that was more about animals.
Gary?
We were vegan already. We were like more than 1 year. No, the documentary Cowspiracy was the first one.
Yeah.
And we probably watched, we were already vegan for at least 6 months. We were vegetarian for 1 year and at least 6 months vegan when we watched the first one.
For me, the two that I would recommend for health, I would do Game Changers, and for ethical, 100%, I would do Gary Yorshevsky's speech. He did it at a college. I don't know.
I haven't watched that speech.
It is unbelievable. Virginia said she became vegan because of that speech.
Yeah, I
those are
remember
the
she
two
said that
for
on
me.
the podcast.
Yeah, if you guys search Gary Yorshevsky with a
Spell
Y.
that?
Oh yeah, right.
Just search the best vegan speech you have ever listened or something like that. You're going to find it.
Yeah, it's got like over 1 million
It's,
views.
yeah, I forgot the
Cowspiracy also was really good. I also like Seaspiracy.
It's really good, the Cowspiracy, because not just rich people that care about animals, but also rich people that care about the environment. So, because both things are connected. Even though people try to disconnect, there is no disconnection. If you're fighting about climate change, you have to be vegan. You cannot keep fighting for and keep eating animals. So
I found the speech. It's if you go to YouTube and search the best speech ever, Gary Yourofsky, Yourofsky, but I'll actually put the link in the description, and I'll watch it sometime soon. But yeah, the best speech ever on YouTube, Gary Yourofsky, Yourofsky, but I will put the link in the description.
Thank you, Joseph.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, so I'm going to have to split this into 2 episodes. So I'm going to end this here. We'll do part 2 next week. So for Vegans Talking Shit, I'm Joey.
My name is Juan.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Really? Well, you know what? Let's stick with that. I'm going to start calling you Juan from now on.
I'm Vanessa.
And until next week, when we do part 2, we are out of here. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Adios.
Stupid.